All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Barry Lyndon, 1975. I'm giving this 2 out of 5 stars. I just like this flick. This is going to be another Stanley Kubrick movie. It's way too long. It's like a soap opera about depravity in King George the Third's time. And it's depressing, and the way that everything Barry Lyndon does is a disaster. He's like a walking, um, what do you call that? When you have bad luck all the time. Um, oh, Murphy's Law. That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, I had a brain fart. There's nobody in the chat room again. It's a Saturday and I'm on my second review. Starting to pick up the pace a little bit, even though this movie was 3 hours. I'll do another one Monday night and possibly 2 to 3 more on Tuesday. I do have the day off, but I've got a doctor's appointment, a cortisone shot on Veterans Day. I don't even know if they're open, but maybe they are. I guess we'll find out. Barry Lyndon is a 1975 historical drama film written, directed, and produced. Directed and produced by Stanley Kubrick. Oh, there's Karate Man. I'm watching Adrenaline Fear the Rush, which is another Albert Payan post-apocalyptic dystopian futuristic Wasteland B action movie starring the great Christopher Lambert. Almost finished. Albert Payan plus Christopher Lambert plus post-apocalyptic Wasteland equals B action movie glory. That does sound like a good movie. Of course, we like Cyborg with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Albert Payan is a good director. Do I have Adrenaline Fear the Rush on my list? Let's see. No, I don't. I better add that. (1996) gets a very low 3.8 out of 10 on IMDb. I've got to change this. Hopefully it won't disconnect here. I'm going to say written by Stanley Kubrick and produced by Stanley Kubrick. The only reason to watch this flick is of course the great B Cup movie actress of all time, Marisa Berenson. You can actually see her bush in the bathtub if you hit the pause button and you zoom in. you can see her bush, but she covers up her nipples while she's in the bathtub with some kind of negligee. It looks like her negligee is getting wet in the bathtub. Anyways, there is some nudity in this, real brief topless scene. Barry Lyndon cheating on his wife. Plus, Natasha Henstridge, the blonde from Maximum Risk with Van Damme, is also in Adrenaline, which both came out the same year in 1996. Well, it's nice to know that Karate Man is watching Christopher Lambert, Albert Pyun collaboration, dystopian, my favorite movie genre, while I'm stuck watching, torturing myself with this 3-hour Stanley Kubrick soap opera about 18th century Great Britain. This is based on the 1844 novel The Luck of Barry Lyndon by William Makepeace Thackeray feature. It's narrated by Michael Hordern, and it stars Ryan O'Neal, who was in an Alan Smythe film, Burn, Hollywood Burn, from 1997. He was in a couple of real stinkers towards the latter part of his career. I think one was directed by Norman Mailer. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, starring Ryan O'Neal as Barry Lyndon, Marisa Berenson in that great bathtub scene. I wish they would have shown more. The great Patrick Magee. It was in more than one Stanley Kubrick film, I think. Leonard Rossiter and Hardy Kruger. The film recounts the early exploits and later unraveling of an 18th century Irish rogue and gold digger who marries a rich widow in order to attempt to climb the social ladder and assume her late husband's aristocratic position. The problem is that he spends too much money and he squanders his wealth very quickly on paintings and stuff. Kubrick began production on Barry Lyndon after his 1971 film A Clockwork Orange. He had originally intended to direct a biopic on Napoleon, but Kubrick lost his financing because of the commercial failure of the similar 1970 Dino De Laurentiis produced Waterloo. Kubrick eventually directed Barry Lyndon, set partially during the 7 Years' War, utilizing his research from the Napoleon Project. Filming began in December 1973, and it lasted roughly 8 months, taking place in England, Ireland, and Germany. Germany was called Prussia back then. Distributed by, the production companies here are Hawk Films, Pennegreen Productions, and the distributors are Warner Brothers in the United States, Columbia Warner Distributors in the UK. Release dates December 11th, 1975, December 18th, that was the London premiere, and then December 18th, 1975 in the UK and the US. Running time 185 minutes, way too long. Countries UK and United States. Language English. Budget of $12 million and a box office of only $20.2 million. So not a great return on investments for this one. If they pumped a lot of marketing expense into it, that part I'm not sure about. But maybe I'll Something will pop up here as I go further down the Wikipedia page. The film's cinematography has been described as groundbreaking. Especially notable are the long double shots, usually ended with a slow backward zoom, the scenes shot entirely in candlelight, and the settings based on William Hogarth paintings. The exteriors were filmed on location in England, Ireland, and Germany, with the interiors shot mainly in London. The production had problems related to logistics, weather, and politics. Kubrick feared that he might be an IRA hostage target. Barry Lyndon won 4 Oscars at the 48th Academy Awards: Best Scoring, Original Song Score, and Adaptation or Scoring Adaptation, Best Costume Design, Best Art Direction, and Best Cinematography. Although some critics took issues with the film's slow pace and restrained emotion, its reputation, like that of many of Kubrick's works, has grown over time, and it is widely considered one of the greatest films of all time. In the 2022 Sight and Sound Greatest Films of All Time poll, Barry Lyndon placed 12th in the director's poll and 45th in the critics' poll. I don't understand why directors and critics like this movie. The Hunted, 1995, which I recommended, has Christopher Lambert thrust in the middle of a samurai versus ninjas war situation in Japan. It's another great one. What about the one where he plays a priest? Christopher Lambert. That one blew me away. I'm a big Christopher Lambert fan. His facial expressions and his voice are very calming. Makes me feel relaxed, like I'm talking to a radio personality or something. I don't know what it is about Christopher Lambert that makes me comfortable. By what means Redmond Barry acquired the style and title of Barry Lyndon is part one of this movie. And then there's an intermission in the middle. It's like a roadshow movie, this one. In the Kingdom of Ireland, 1750, in the Kingdom of Ireland, 1750, Redmond Barry's father is killed in a duel. Barry, of a genteel but impoverished Irish Protestant family, becomes infatuated with his cousin, Nora Brady. Nora Brady's got her cleavage sticking out, and she purposely puts her necklace in her cleavage so Barry Lyndon can pull it out. And she does that to her fiance too. Anyway, Redmond Barry shoots Nora Brady, his cousin suitor, Army Captain John Quinn, in a duel. Redmond Barry flees, but he is robbed by highwaymen on his way to Dublin. Penniless, Barry enlists in the army. Family friend Captain Grogan informs him that Quinn is not dead. The duel was staged so that Nora's family could get rid of Barry and they could improve their finances through her marriage to Quinn. Isn't that nice? Getting married for the benefit of Redmond Barry's family, and they kick him out. Barry serves with his regiment in Germany during the 7 Years' War, but Barry deserts after Grogan dies in combat against the French.